You trying to decide whether or not to fire that employee that messed up? You're a hiring manager or you're a supervisor. You got somebody on your team that they screwed up, right? They made a mistake. They pissed off a vendor. They wrecked a company vehicle. They, I don't know, cussed out Mary in the cafeteria. Whatever, right? They messed up. Maybe they've messed up a couple of times. You know, it's easy as a supervisor to look for weaknesses, right? It's almost as if our brains are wired to dissect what people are doing wrong a lot of times, even if you don't mean to, right? If you're a supervisor, because you're, excuse me, as a supervisor, because your responsibility is to manage and oversee what they're doing and make sure people are executing, by nature, you're looking for flaws. You're looking for issues so that the company or your group or your team executes and runs well, right? So you're looking. You're always watching for mistakes or issues or whatever. So you're kind of engineered that way a little bit as a supervisor because your team needs to make sure they're doing the right thing. It's easy to concentrate on what people are doing wrong versus what people are doing good. It really is easy to get into that pattern. I know I've been supervising people for 30 plus years. You have to remind yourself as a supervisor to tell people, hey, great job, Johnny. Great job, Mary. You know, you have to almost kind of slap yourself sometimes and remind yourself to look for the positive because we're always trying to make sure that we're doing a good job and we're executing. So you're always watching for people to mess up, trying to keep people from messing up. So you come across this employee that messed up a couple of times. You're trying to decide whether or not to fire them. Generally, my advice is to invest, mentor, coach, and be patient with people. I think it builds loyalty long term, and I think it builds better overall performance. Employees that care about you and the company, and they realize that you care about them as a human being, so therefore they are willing to, go to war for you, so to speak. I should have been fired so many times in my career. By the way, I was fired a couple of times. I should have been fired more than that. I had this one boss in particular when I was working music retail for many years. I should have been fired so many times. I mean, I think I cussed out a customer one time because they cussed at me. Could have fired me for that. I was driving a rental car at a team meeting one time, and I purposely hit a trash can on the side of the road because I thought it would be cool. And the guys were in the car with me, and everybody laughed. And I tore the front right bumper off of the car, front right fender off the car. Let's see. One of the managers that reported to me, we were at a bar one night with several of the team members, and me and him got into a physical altercation out in the parking lot. Guy that reported to me. Let's see. Hotel room, trashed a hotel room one time with probably 10 people in it. Just had a massive party. I mean, we had a food fight in the room. The place was destroyed. I don't know what it cost the cleaning company to get that hotel room cleaned up, but I was responsible for that. Let's see what else. I could keep going. We back before cannabis was okay in society. Got caught in a room full of 5 or 6 people that reported to me where we were having a cannabis party. Just did so many things. But my district performed well. My stores performed well, numbers wise. I had a good following from my team, even from the guy I almost got in a physical altercation with in the parking lot. By the way, me and that guy are still friends today. So I was a good district manager that was performing really well. I don't hesitate to tell you that I was the number one district manager in that region at the time. Eventually I was anyway, as I got to be the number one district manager. I wasn't at first. That was because I had a boss that mentored, coached, and brought me along, taught me how to act, how to behave, how to be a good professional, picked me up when I fell down, dusted me off, gave me a chance, etc. I probably would have worked for that guy my entire career if he hadn't eventually resigned and retired, because my loyalty to that guy was incredible. By the way, that same guy, the same boss I'm telling you about that gave me all these chances after I messed up, at one point, and I've told this story on another episode, but I'll share it with you again. The same boss, I was going through a divorce at the time. My wife had, my first wife had left me and took everything out of the house. I was living in this tiny little trailer house outside of Dallas, Texas. And I didn't have anything. my first wife just took it all. Like, I mean, literally, like I had like a mattress on the floor. And that was it. I didn't have anything else. The same boss who had helped me during all those times that I screwed up, we were closing a store down one weekend, and the store had some furniture in the back room where the break room was. It had like a break table, a little mini refrigerator, couple of little chairs, microwave, and a TV, a couple of other little things. Anyway, this boss of mine, Dave was his name. He rents a U-Haul, loads this stuff up. By the way, rents a U-Haul, rents a U-Haul, not on the company dime. Rents a U-Haul, somehow gets permission from the corporate office to let me have this stuff. Rents a U-Haul, loads it up in the U-Haul, follows me back to my trailer where I have the mattress on the floor, and gives me this stuff. Like, it's the first furniture I had after I got divorced. I had nothing else. I think about that for a minute, right? Like, this guy this guy coached me through all the mistakes and the dumb shit that I did when I was younger, helped me during a time of personal need, and groomed me into being the top district manager in the region. I mean, at one point when he resigned, I was in charge of the region. That never would have happened. None of that would have happened without that mentor. Okay, none of that would have happened. He helped guide me through that. So the point of this entire episode is stop moving so quickly to get rid of people just because they make a mistake. I mean, we're all human, right? Until robots rule the earth, humans screw up. We do dumb shit sometimes, especially when we're in our 20s and 30s and sometimes 40s. Hell, I do dumb shit now. I'm in my 50s. But anyway, give people a chance, build loyalty with your team, coach them through mistakes, and don't be so quick to pull the trigger just to replace somebody. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day.